The first is the report of the Auditor General on the accounts of the district assemblies for the financial year ended 31st December 2024. The second report is the report of the Auditor General on the management and utilization of the District Assembly Common Fund and other statutory funds for the year ended 31st December 2024. The third is also a report of the Auditor General on the public accounts of Ghana pre-university educational institutions. And the fourth is a report of the Auditor General on the public accounts of Ghana public universities and colleges of education for the year ended 31st December 2024. These four reports are a consolidation of the significant findings and recommendations emanating from the routine audits of these institutions. The committee will conduct these hearings with transparency by throwing light on the nature and origins of the infractions. We also conduct these hearings in fairness because we will allow all institutions and persons cited, will give everybody the opportunity to fully respond to the findings of the Auditor General. And finally, we will also promote accountability where it is established that there's an established irregularity or negligence. The committee will recommend their measures and sanctions in accordance with the law. This is because the Ghanaian people expect Parliament to protect the integrity of the national purse, and the public accounts will do so with diligence. So, ladies and gentlemen, with these remarks, I welcome you to today's public accounts hearing on these four reports, and I hope that all of us here will discharge our mandates. As you heard me say, these reports are reports pertaining to when my government was in power, because it's 2024, and as part of the measures to improve on transparency and accountability. In the sitting for today, I'll cede the chairmanship to the ranking member. So the ranking member will take over the proceedings for today as part of measures to improve transparency and accountability in the way Parliament discharges its mandate. So, Ranking, I hand over to you, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam. We will start off by us introducing ourselves, those of us on the committee. Honorable Edem.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning. My name is Eric Edem Agbana, MP for Ketu North and a member of the committee.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, and good morning to everybody. My name is Ms. Bahu Mahama Adams, MP for Mion constituency and a friend to the committee.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, everyone. My name is Simon Akebang Ewergo, MP for Navrongo Central and a member of the committee. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. My name is Ernest Yawani, Member of Parliament, Kumahu, and a member of this committee.
My name is Geoffrey Kinney, MP for Nkwanta South Unity Region and a member of the committee. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair, everyone. My name is Frederick Yao Ahenkwa, Member of Parliament for German North, a member of the committee.
Good morning. My name is Godfred Seidu Jesau. I'm MP for Wa East. I'm a member of the committee. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Sebastian De. I'm a member of Parliament for Kwando constituency in the Volta region, and I'm a member of this committee.
Good morning. I'm Shirley Che, MP at Chomanwe South in the Ashanti region and a member of the committee.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Frank Yabua. I'm the MP for Achuma Mwabieja North in the Ashanti region here, a member of the committee. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairman. Good morning, everyone. Akwesi Kunedu, MP, Menshian of Constituency and a member of the committee.
Benjamin Techi and Tiedu, clerk to the committee. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kwame Jijoli Gakpe, MP for Keta, the Sun City, and the Deputy Ranking Member for the committee.
Good morning. My name is Samuel Atamils, MP for Commander Edna Iguafo Abrem, Ranking Member of the committee and presiding today.
My name is Abna Osei Asare, Member of Parliament for Itiwa East, the Chairperson of the Public Accounts Committee of Ghana.
May we ask the auditors to introduce themselves, please?
Good morning, Honorable Chair. My name is Joanna Marty, Director, Ghana Audit Service. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. My name is Dr. Alexander Kumson, Assistant Auditor General, Audit Service.
Good morning, Honorable Chair. My name is Michael Addo, Assistant Auditor General, Audit Service.
Good morning, Chairman. My name is Peter Jabakumi, District Auditor, BBN.
Okay, our lady from is Common Fund, right? All right. Introduce yourself, please.
Good morning. My name is Cynthia Dagadu, Director of Operations, District Assembly's Common Fund.
This morning we'll continue from Bibiani. Is Bibiani here? Okay. And there are 3 districts from Bono. Tyne, Brekum East Municipal Assembly, and the Brekum West District Assembly. Are you all here? Okay, please come up and then you take the oath.
I, Sebastian Mohammed Haruna, do in the name of the Almighty God swear the evidence I shall give before this committee touching the matter in issue shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me Allah.
Okay, Bibiani should sit down. Please introduce yourself to the committee.
Before Ahmed Haruna, Municipal Coordinating Director, Bibiani Anywaso Bekwai Municipal.
Sebastian Obin, MC, Bibiani Anywaso Bekwai.
Georgian Team Finance Officer.
Matthew Yinye, Procurement Officer.
Okay, MC, are you feeling better today?
Not what I will, but I'll manage.
You will manage?
Yes, sir.
Anyway, duty calls.
Yeah.
Your first infraction is on paragraph 595, and Honorable Akwesi Kunedu will handle that one.
Chairman, thank you. Chairman, this infraction has to do with insufficient revenue collection by the Assembly. And there are 2 revenue collectors, John Addo and Peter Subri, were paid more than they collected. And in this particular case, I would want to tell, do you know Peter Subri? Is he still working with the Assembly?
Honorable Chair, thank you. Peter Subri is on retirement now.
When did he retire from the Assembly?
Last year, 2025.
So in the year 2024, you paid him an amount of 47,000 without any collection of revenue done by him. That is according to the auditor's report in front of us. Do you have a copy of the report?
Honorable Chair, thank you. What happened was that when it comes to that of...
Do you have a copy of the report?
Yes, I have a copy of the report.
And was he paid without collecting any revenue?
Yes, when you look at how much he collected, it was less than his annual salary. That was the issue.
In the auditor's report, as I asked you, do you have a copy of the report? There is no collection in front of him for the year 2024. Zero.
Yes, that was not exactly so. He did some collection, but
how much did he collect in the year 2024?
Honorable, I'm sorry, I don't have it here, but...
Wait, so how can you dispute the report by the Auditor General? You don't have a copy of the report in front of you. You don't have any value in front of you to disprove what is in it. And you are telling us that he collected. How much did he collect?
Honorable, sorry about that, but when I get to the office, I'll get it to the district auditor.
Look, what did you think you were coming here to do? You came here yesterday, didn't you?
Yes, sir, Honorable.
You saw other people with some form of reports. And you had to come again today. And when they ask you at first, you say, yes, you have the report. Upon further interrogation, now you don't have it here. Should we send you back to Bibiani to go and get the reports and come back?
No, sir, Honorable.
You just took an oath, didn't you?
Honorable, not that I was trying to lie, but...
I'm not. You said you had the report. Do you have the report?
Not here, Honorable.
So that your answer that you have the report is wrong.
Okay, Honorable, thank you. I'm sorry about that.
So now that you don't have how much he collected, how are you going to speak to the matter of Peter?
Honorable, as I said, he collected something. I don't have it here. When I get to BBNE, I'll give it to the district auditor. I plead.
Do you have targets for your revenue collectors?
Yes, what we have been doing at BBNE is that...
Do you have targets for your revenue collectors?
Yes, sir.
And how are you monitoring the targets that you've given to them?
The target for them is at least you need to collect 3 times of your annual salary.
So once they are not collecting 3 times of their annual salary, what are you doing? Are they mechanized collectors?
Yes, sir, they are mechanized collectors.
In total, how many collectors do you have in the municipal?
Sir, we have 6.
And the auditors paid these 2. These are the mechanized ones. The others are commissioned workers, right?
Yes, sir.
So you see, at every point in time, the mechanized collectors are not collecting. And the assembly is not bothered about it. Do you know why? Because you are not paying them. Because for all the infractions about non-collection and insufficient collection, it's all about the mechanized collectors. The assembly is not bothered because they are paid from the central government. So whether they come to work or not, you are not bothered. That is why somebody would collect 0, but you don't find it necessary even having to record that person and ask why, or even make reference to the central government. And you keep that person and that person is paid. Chairman, we need him to bring us the document about how much the man collected so that we can continue.
Now, were you there at the time of the audit?
Yes, Honorable.
The auditors have it in their report that he collected 0. Why didn't you, if you have the records, why didn't you tell the auditors at the time of the audit?
Honorable, as I said earlier on, I will plead with you. As for the figure, I will get it.
No, auditors came to your place to come and audit you.
Yes, sir.
At the exit conference, were you there?
Yes, I was there, Honorable.
And the figure over here is just a dash. Why didn't you give the information to the auditors? Then.
Honorable, let me say that was a mistake, but as...
Masa. It was a mistake then, and it's a mistake now. You pay somebody 57,000 and he collects 12,000. You pay him, John Addo, 57,560 Ghana cedis, and he brings in 12,585 Ghana cedis. I think, members of parliament, we need to come up with a legislation that would tie their salary increases to that of the collectors. You see that they will get up.
So those who are not mechanized, how much do they pay them?
No, they pay them a percent. Yeah.
Gentlemen, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Yeah, I want to find out from you, those who are not mechanized, like the collectors, how much do you pay them a month?
They are commission collectors, so we pay them based on how much you collect.
What the percentage, in percentage terms, can you actually give me that percentage?
That is 30%.
30%?
Yes, sir, Honorable.
So, but they are able to meet their target?
Not always. Let me.
Not always.
Yes, sir.
So he's being paid the whole year because he's coming from the central government, zero, nothing.
Honorable, what we are now doing is that if you are not able to collect at the end of the month, the person will not be validated. So in the instance of John, last 3 months, he was not validated.
So do you have evidence to show to the auditors that those who are not meeting the target or they are not collecting, they are not being validated? Do you have evidence to show us here or show the auditors?
Honorable, please, I don't have it here. But when we are done, I will show you.
Your everything, you don't have it here. Everything, you don't have it here. When do you go back? When? And this is 2024 report we are talking about.
Honorable, we have ESPV. So when we get to the office, I can just run a copy and give it to the auditors.
Are you sure you have seen the auditor's report, 2024?
Yes, sir, I've seen that.
And you have gone through the report?
I've gone through.
And you are prepared to answer the questions here?
Yes, Honorable.
Let me move forward here. Unpresented value books.
Honorable Chair, the books has been retrieved and the amount involved has been paid into the Assembly's account.
Where were these value books at the time of the audit?
The books were given to a commission collector, and as at the time of the audit, we called on the revenue collector to present the books, and he couldn't come. So the person who guaranteed for him, we asked him to produce the person, and he brought the books and with that of the amount.
You see, I don't buy your answer, because the auditors were at your place at least for about 2 weeks, not so.
Yes, Honorable.
And then when they, before they left to, they discussed with you what they needed. And it took about 2 weeks for you to get a management letter, didn't you?
Yes, Honorable.
And they gave you 30 days to reply.
Yes, Honorable.
So, we are talking about maybe 6 to 8 weeks.
Yes, Honorable.
And you couldn't get this guy to bring the value books.
Honorable,
for it to be inspected.
Honorable, as I said, this was a commission collector. So even so the person who guaranteed for him, we needed to summon that person to come before they were able to produce the book and the amount outstanding.
Chairman, with respect.
Yes, sir.
You said the person is a commission worker.
Yes, Honorable.
And you had the value books with the person.
Yes, Honorable.
How are you paying the person?
When we issued books to commission collectors, every week you are supposed to come and make returns to the revenue superintendent. So when the auditors came, we called him and he was not picking up the call until they were even done with the audit. Still, we couldn't get the books. So we summoned the person who guaranteed for the revenue collector. So I think
that explanation you've given, there are about 6 value books here. Were they with one person?
Yes, Honorable.
All these 6 were with one person.
Yes, Honorable.
So you gave one person 6 value books.
Yes, Honorable.
And the person, you said, always comes to the office so that you can validate how much is collected and pay that person commission. So when one of these books get finished, don't you take the book from the person?
We do that.
So how come that there were 6 books with that person and you are still paying that person and you are waiting for the auditors to come before you collect these books from that person, and you are telling us the person wasn't coming and we are still paying the person? One person has 6 value books and you are telling us you have answers to these questions.
No, Honorable, the point is that
you don't have a point. Just admit your infraction and your error. You can't have 6 value books with one person who is a commission worker. That is the point I'm trying to raise. And we are paying the person. So how were you calculating the person's commission when you don't have the value books with you? And if for 6 books, it means some of the books were already done with, and they were not with you. You must always come prepared. You see, these are government funds, and you are the same person when Auditor General report comes, and they put valuation as to how much has been squandered in terms of the word I would want to use, how much has been misappropriated. You are the same person who will be out there, but you are the people who manages government funds.
The next infraction, which is in the DACF book, is on paragraph 705. An Honorable NSA will handle that one.
Thank you, Chair. So, BBN, this infraction has to do with non-allocation of funds for substructures. And the auditors noted that you failed to allocate funds to 3. So, 1, you understand what the substructures are?
Yes, Honorable.
Why did you fail to allocate funds to them to work effectively?
Honorable, we've allocated the funds to the substructures now.
When was this done?
It was done in October 2025.
Do you acknowledge that these substructures make these assemblies work? Because they collect funds, deposit at the assembly. Instead of you to allocate to them, you fail to do so. And for all this while, you failed to do it. Even after the exit meeting, you couldn't do it. Can you give the specific dates that these funds were allocated? Because I've had complaints from assemblies where funds have come from funerals and other things, markets, yet these sub-metros fail to work because they are not getting funds from you. So can you give specific dates that these allocations were made to these substructures? Because this is in excess of 24,000 after you had received 1.97. You failed to allocate just 2% to them, which is just 24,000. If DACF fails to disburse funds to you, would you be able to function as an assembly? Confirm that and give the dates that you made this allocation.
Honorable, thank you. The transfer was done on the 8th of October 2025.
This was after 6 months after the exit meeting. Auditors, can you confirm if this allocation has been made?
Yes, Honorable Chair, as at October 2025, the allocation was done.
All right, let me go to the next one. Payment outside gift mix. Yours was 25,435. Have you solved that problem?
Yes, Honorable, we have done that.
How did you do it?
Honorable, I must say that the gift mix issue came up as a result of not printing the physical warrant on the memo. When they prepare the warrant, the officer will just write the sequence number on the memo. Then the accountant will pick the sequence number to prepare the payment voucher. So when the auditors came, the recommendation was that we should go ahead and print the physical warrant and put it on the memo.
And this one, you couldn't do it within the time of the audit. So they had to write it in their notes. What's your position again?
Honorable, I'm the finance officer.
Finance officer. Good. I wish there was a screen behind us so that you watch yourself on television. You are live on parliamentary TV. You are live on Facebook and so many other social media handles. When you get back, watch yourself. The next one is on paragraph 728 and is a non-compliance with procurement methods. And Honorable Enim.
Thank you, Chair.
Yeah.
Bibiani, so this has to do with procurement infraction. And you had failed to comply with the right procurement method. Do you agree that you failed to apply the correct method?
Yes, Honorable.
Why did you fail to apply the correct method?
Honorable, what happened was that the project itself was a CODA project. So it was construction of culvert. So they constructed the culvert in a stream. So during the rain season, that ensuing term side, they were cut off from the BBNE by way of transportation. So,
was this project in your procurement plan for the year?
No, it was not the assembly which did it. It was CODA. Okay. So they awarded from Accra. We were not even aware, but they came to execute the project in our district. So when it created the flooding problem, that was when the community and the assembly member started agitating. That's how we got to know of it, and then we went in. So my management informed.
Sir, are you the procurement officer at the assembly?
Yes, please.
What you are saying is not actually what the report is talking about. The report is talking about your assembly using an RFQ instead of national competitive tendering. And you are talking about the award coming from DACF and CODA and all that. Are we talking about two different reports here?
No.
So then why are you disputing what the auditors are saying here?
No, I'm not disputing. I'm explaining how the whole thing was done. I know after they have constructed the bridge.
So when this happened, did you yourself know that this was an infraction?
Yes.
Why didn't you correct it?
No, you see, it was, let me please, if you could, just a minute. So, when they constructed the culvert, because they constructed in the stream, and they prevented the people from coming. So when the agitation was coming, management decided that fine, if we called the CODA, they allow us that for their project, it was the construction of the culvert, and they have finished. So the assembly could now go ahead to go and fill the place so that the road would be accessible. So it was the failing that the assembly executed, the failing part of the culvert. So when the assembly was going to fail the thing, that was our part, the contract that we contracted. So because the agitation were coming, we have to go and fill it immediately for the people to be able to access the place.
Okay.
That was what brought the...
So who approved this procurement?
The filling.
Who approved for them to execute this work? After your long narration, who approved everything?
The entity head.
The entity head for the assembly?
Yes, sir.
So then it is your responsibility, and you failed to do the right thing, because I thought you were going to say CODA approved the procurement. It wasn't CODA. So was there value for money with this whole procurement? Tell me.
Yes, please.
To the assembly?
Yes, please.
Okay, justify it for us.
Good. Thank you very much. The culvert that the CODA people came to construct have cut off our people from Bibiani town. So the assembly went in to do the filling. So it was the filling that we contracted, the filling aspect that we contracted. So when we fail for the people to get access for to be BNE.
Okay, what is the relationship between you and the contractor, Mrs. Garnet Global Limited?
Relationship. The contractor there.
Gentlemen, answer the question.
Okay, yes.
Go ahead and answer.
Please, he's a contractor. He's a contractor we contracted.
I'm asking you all this because one, you have awarded something on an RFQ when you yourself knew that it shouldn't have been contracted through that method, and you are giving all the justification. So probably you have a good relationship with this contractor in question, because there are so many people who can do this work if you had gone through the national competitive tendering. But yet, per your own, I don't know, whatever relationship you have with this contractor, you awarded this to him. We'll leave it at this. I'll defer to Chair to give his ruling. Since this is a procurement infraction, then we'll go to the next, which also is a procurement infraction to the same assembly.
You see, unfortunately, the recommendation over here was we recommend compliance with the relevant provisions of the Public Procurement Act. If the auditors had recommended that we send you to the Attorney General for prosecution, I would have done it. But my hands are tied over here. Let's go to the next one. Maybe the next one will help you go to Accra.
Procurement manager or director. So, at your place, how do you go through your procurement process? I know, do you prepare procurement plan for the year?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I just want to understand how you do the procurement. How much do you do you do a request for quotation? The threshold.
Threshold.
100,000.
Sorry?
100,000.
And how much was this contract? How much was the contract sum?
217.
So if you, as a professional, you knew very well that the threshold for request for quotation was 100,000, and this particular procurement you were doing was 200 and something, why did you use a request for quotation method? Why?
It was the exigency of the situation.
No, you can't say that. So how many people do you invite to partake in this procurement? The RFQ.
Oh, we have a database.
How many people do you invite?
3 people contest for the.
Don't lie. Don't forget that it's on an oath, so don't lie.
Oh, but,
please.
But
no. I know where you're going. I've done procurement, so I know where you're going. So don't say what you're saying, please. Don't attempt to lie. You know very well that the threshold is 100,000. You're doing a procurement. You knew from the beginning that it was going to exceed 100,000. Yet you use request for quotation method because it's government money. And when he asks you what your relationship between the contractor and yourself, you were forced to even speak fee, and you were just saying, "And a contractor, they mean the relationship." When you knew that, you knew the person. You knew the person. I don't have any problem awarding contract to those you know, but go through the procurement process, the proper procurement process. Why must you award? Why must you use RFQ when you knew very well that the contract was going to be more than the contract sum was going to be more than 100,000? Please.
Yes, so that brings us to the next procurement infraction. So you even said that it's 217. There were 2 contracts to the same person. One 231,000 and another 217,000. So the same person, you gave him 448,000, not even the 217 you are talking about. So that's even not correct. So this also has to do with bulk breaking of procurement. And the assembly, instead of doing the right thing, again here, failed to do it. And for a contract worth 784, you decided to break bulk and award it on 4 separate occasions to the same person. Why did you fail to do the correct thing here again? Do you have any justification like the first one, the drains and all that? Give us another justification for this.
Thank you, Honorable. This one was installation of street light.
Let me find out one thing here. Something is giving me some clue here. What does Garnet Global Limited do for the assembly? Because here they are doing drains. Here they are providing street lights. What do they do for the assembly?
For the street light, there were 3 contractors who won the lot. 3 separate contractors won the various lot.
Please, the report we have here, Garnet had 2. One for 199. When you knew your threshold was 200,000, you broke it down to 199,850. And you did for 2 lots for the same contractor, Garnet, who was awarded the same drainage contract for the same period. So here is 199 for 1 lot and another lot 199,850. So Garnet now has contract sum of almost $1 million. The initial one of 448 and another 400,000. You are talking about 3 different contractors, but here it is Garnet and just another one explicit.
And
So
then we have Express Joy.
there is no expert here, please. There is no expert in the report.
Express
So
Joy.
maybe you are reading a different report we do not have. Speak to the report we have.
Okay.
Procurement officer, you need to be referred to chair so that chair will give his ruling, because the explanations you are giving to these infractions amounts to nothing. So we will need to refer you to chair, then chair can give his ruling.
Is a finance director here, the MFO? Yeah. So you're supposed to supervise the procurement officer. Am I correct?
Honorable, I must say that I don't supervise him because procurement unit is a unit on its own, headed by someone. And finance is a finance department, headed by the finance officer.
But the assembly is a teamwork.
Yes, it is.
We are members of the assembly. We are not novices.
No, but the payments, did the procurement officer pay on his own?
No, please.
So don't tell the honorable member that you don't supervise the procurement officer. Payment can never be done from the procurement officer's office. So get the question well. You understand perfectly what he meant by that question, but you are just trying to dodge it. Because on the procurement officer's own, he can never effect payments. The payment will have to come from the finance officer. So please, you know what he means by that. Go straight to the question and answer the question, and don't beat around the bush.
Honorable, thank you.
So when you also in assembly and you know the threshold, are you not aware about threshold?
I'm aware of the threshold.
So when a document comes in front of you, and you do go through the document?
I go through.
So you saw that it's above the threshold, but you also went and approved.
Honorable, we must admit that yes, with the procurement process, something went wrong, which we admit, and the auditors gave a recommendation.
So the punishment being, if any punishment being meted to the procurement officer, you're also liable.
Okay.
So is that all of you will be charged?
Thank you, Honorable. MFO, can you confirm if the same coordinating director is the one you came with today?
No, please.
Okay, so in the approval process for these contracts, who signed them?
That has to do with our former coordinating director.
So, Chair, we are in your hands.
Thank you very much. Now, finance officer, you sit down, somebody brings you 2 contracts. Both of them for Garnet Global. Date on them is the same day. Amount on them is 199,850. Another one to 199,850. 850. Wouldn't you think that maybe it's a mistake? How could two invoices come to you for payment for the same amount, for the same day?
Honorable Chair, I must say that when you take over assets and liabilities. But these transactions were done not at my time. But because I'm now the finance officer, I need to
let me go to
handle those issues.
Let me go to the procurement guy. Did you make a mistake or you just photocopied one contract and then sent the two of them?
No, it was the contract were in lot. So we opened tender and then...
Sir, you just took an oath this morning. This amount was for 399,000. You wanted to give it to one guy without going through the competitive tender. So you divided it up. The same thing you did with the explicit ventures. You went to them March 1st and then gave them a contract to supply street lights for 192,600. Then 18 days later, on the 19th, you get the same amount. What's your name, from there?
Procurement. What's the threshold for goose? 200,000. 200,000, right?
Works.
200,000.
Works.
Works is 200,000.
Yes, please.
So you intentionally divided divided the contract into 4 to beat the system. First one, the value is 192,600 because the threshold is 200,000. The second one, 192,600 because the threshold is 200,000. Third one, 199,850 because it's 200,000. The last one, 199,850 because the threshold is 200,000. You knew what you did. Why don't you accept so that we can move on? You know what you did. I know whatever is going through your mind now. You did what you did. You knew, and I know what you did. So why are you wasting our time? Please, if you call for a tender, you call for whatever, you are just trying to find something to tell us. You knew what you did. Well, why are you not allowing us to move on? Okay, how many people we saw the contract were in lots. How many lots? Did you advertise it? Did you have a copy of the newspaper you advertised it in? Where did you advertise it? Because they were in lots. Where did you advertise this contract? Newspaper. Which newspaper do you advertise this contract? You said it was in lot. Did you use lot in RFQ? Or what? Procurement, I'm asking a question. You said they were in lot. Is that not what you said? And if they were in lot, obviously it will be advertised. Is that not the case? Where was this contract advertised? But the man is not talking anymore. You said they were in lot. Is that not what you said?
Honorable, we are sorry for the infraction. So and then the auditors, in fact, when they did the audit,
so you lied.
They advised us.
Sorry.
No,
So you
I'm
lied.
infraction.
No, so you lied.
Oh, it's not like.
Were the contracts in lot or not? It's a simple question.
Procurement.
Honorable.
Answer that question because I have a one for you.
Were the contracts in lot or not? That's what you said. So I just want you to repeat whatever you said.
Now, I'm curious, procurement. Garnett, you paid first one, the 199,850 is for provision and installation of street lights. One comes to 740 per street light. Did you buy the lights from him? Did you buy the lights from Garnett?
No.
So he installed, you had the lights and he installed it for you.
No, you procure the light, they procure the light and then they install it.
So those light bulbs,
They procure and then install.
they procured.
It was yes, procurement of street light and installation. They were together.
But I thought the government supplies the assembly sometimes street lights.
Yeah, that one is different.
That one is different from this one. So he didn't install your own street lights for you?
No.
How much did he buy one street light for?
In fact, unless maybe I look at I can't
Unless-
separate, but the
maximum
two,
250.
the two were the amount you made.
No, maximum 250.
Procurement and then the installation cost that amount.
So procurement of one street light and installing
And
it is
installation.
740 Ghana cedis. You have your revenue collectors. Who can collect revenue for you? The chief executive. Now you see why you have to come.
Yes, please.
You see what is going on at your place.
Yes, please.
Good. I'm keeping an eye on you. You are discharged.
Thank you very much.
Now
you so
let's call Tyne. Please introduce yourself to the committee.
Alfred Ahiapo, Finance Officer.
Sheila Rosetta Atta, Coordinating Director.
Salia Idisa, District Chief Executive.
Stephen A. Ashtanga, Internal Auditor.
Okay, your first infraction is on paragraph 135, and Honorable Sebastian Day will take care of that one.
Thank you, Chairman. Do we have time, District here? Good. Your infraction has to do with revenue, government money that was collected. And you failed to account for over 51,000 Ghana cedis of public funds was unaccounted for. What is the situation as of now? The auditors found this out and made you aware.
Thank you, Chair. As at the time of preparation of the statutes, over 30,000 was collected. The actual figure left to the auditors is 7,340. But even that one, we have also made sure that the revenue collectors have paid all of them. And the auditors are here, they can confirm to that. For the 7,000, the time that they were sending the report to the original auditor, they were not having that record, but we have those records with us, so we even informed them. So those ones are there. But it's not 50-something thousand. The amount has reduced, over 40,000 were paid. So I'm even surprised that we are still having the 51,000 there. The auditors are here and they can confirm to that.
Sir, you are surprised. You are surprised at what? You've been cited for this?
No, not at all. What I'm trying to say is that it was something that they raised. You know, they do a follow-up.
No, my issue is this. You are surprised. Didn't that infraction come before you?
It came before.
So why are you surprised?
I'm
asking you, why are you surprised?
Madam Chair, we are sorry for that statement.
Yeah. You say you are surprised, as if this is the first time you are hearing that you've been cited for this infraction. Please.
Okay, madam, I'm sorry. But
Your
you know,
issue
actually,
is to find remedies to the infractions that you've been cited for. And that is why we are here.
yes, madam.
Thank you.
Mr. Witness, do you know how many revenue collectors we are talking about here? How many revenue collectors were cited to have collected money and did not account for it properly?
Thank you, Chair. There are 18 revenue collectors.
The auditors found 27.
We have 22 permanent collectors and then 5 commission collectors.
You add the figures you just mentioned. When you add it together, what does it give you?
Honorable Chair, please, if I may come in. And I think the total number of revenue collectors being 27, as stated in the report, is relating to about 2 assemblies. And then a total amount of 51 is a total revenue belonging to the 2 assemblies. But then when you take time alone, the total revenue is 33,000. And then the number of collectors is 18.
Okay, now speak to what it's pertaining to
Madam,
time.
please,
Speak
what's
to
your
time.
position there? Madam, what's your...
Please, I'm the coordinating director.
Good. Okay, thank you.
Now speak to time. What was the position as at the time of audit and what is the situation now?
Yes, so that's why I said I was surprised for 51, because as at the third time, our position was 33,000. So when you mentioned 51, that's why I said I'm surprised. So forgive me for that. Our own is 33,000. That's the report we have. Yes, madam.
Even if it's 1,000 Ghana cedis.
Yes, please.
You understand?
Yes, please.
It is not the quantum,
Yes,
but
please.
the wrong practices.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
whether
Madam
it
Chair,
is
I'm
one or
grateful.
2,
I'm grateful.
our issue is that we don't want these things to occur for
I'm
you to
grateful.
be cited for them.
I'm grateful.
And I don't think you are happy you are before us being asked questions on this and that. So please, let's move ahead and find solutions that will help prevent the occurrence of these things.
I'm grateful, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Do you know of the number of revenue collectors in time that were cited by the auditors?
Yes, please. There are 18.
Do you know a community called Reverend Superintendent? It's stated here as Reverend SUPT. I'm assuming that is superintendent. Is that a community in time?
Chair, that should be the position of the auditor, the rank of the auditor. It's not revenue collector. So that's revenue superintendent. It's not a reverend.
Okay. So what is the situation as of now in terms of the amount collected cited by the auditors, and then the situation as is pertaining in your, in your district as of today?
Thank you, Chair. As of today, the whole amount has been retrieved. As at the time the auditors were sending their report, their status, 26,000 was retrieved. 7,000 was left, but as at now, we have retrieved all the 7,000, and records are there to show.
Can you confirm the situation in time?
Honorable Chair, what we can confirm is a retrieval of 26,407, leaving a balance of 7,446, which is indicating that they have also done the retrieval of that amount, but we are yet to have evidence to that.
When did you retrieve the other amount?
Thank you, Chair. It was received for just last week.
Last week?
Yes, please. We
Okay.
embargoed their salary, so they had to bring it.
So provide that information to the auditors.
Thank you, Chair.
All right.
Yeah, Chairman, that should be all.
Thank you. The next infraction is on paragraph 132. And Honorable Frankie Abo would handle that one.
So, DFO, whilst you were waiting to take the 7,000, were they still collecting revenues on your behalf?
Yes, they are permanent collectors. So what we did was that we just gave them market tickets instead of giving the JCL, because these infractions were in their JCLs. So, but we ended up embargoing their salary. So that's what happened.
We're still collecting monies for you?
Yes, please. But this time round, internal controls were put in place.
So, did you ask yourself how they raised the 7,000?
No, actually, the embargoes were lifted. So when you lift the embargoes, they go to the bank and bring it. They actually come to you.
They
for
go
you
to where?
To their banks to go and bring their money. You know, you put embargo on their salary for about 3 months. Then the money piles down. So when it piles, they come and plead. Then you agree with them on terms. Then they go, and then maybe if it's straight off 7,000 that is there, they come and give you what then they pay with that one. That's what they were doing. So it wasn't the money that they were collecting that was used to pay, because now the internal controls have been put in place, and every week the internal auditors, audit their books, so they can't use those money to pay what they were owing.
So you are saying that you place embargo on their salaries for 3 months, and then based on that you use it to?
No, not us. They will have to. We can go into their accounts.
Yes.
They will have to come.
So based on that, you claim based on that they come and pay you, and you sit there and you believe that is the embargo that you place on their salaries that makes them come to pay you.
Because
you really have to do things differently. Because I'm a collector, I go to the field to collect monies for you, and you place an embargo on my salary for 3 months. And you think the person is not spending money, the person is not doing anything
but then
with the monies that he or she goes to collect.
Madam Chair,
find other innovative ways. And for such people, you can place them in another department or unit. Once they show that they don't render accounts properly, I don't see why you should continue to let them go out and collect revenue on your behalf.
Madam Chair, noted, please.
Coordinating Director, do you want to say something? Yes. I think so. Once they are on government payroll, you can change them to another unit and find people who you can trust. But these the things of putting embargo on their salaries and they are still going out to collect revenues on your behalf. It's funny. Please.
Gentlemen, and take a deep breath and relax and answer the questions. You are rushing, so sometimes you want to make, and then you are rushing. So take your time, be calm, okay? We are not here to kill anybody. Just explain yourself, okay? Relax.
Okay. Time. Is it time or 10? Time. Okay. Don't worry, I'm not going to fight with you, please. You, in the 2024 year, you had 18 revenue collectors, right?
Yes, Chair.
And
they are more, but these are the collectors that had.
They are more, yes. So you paid them 774,000 for the whole year.
Yes, Chair.
And they brought in 308,000. 39% of the salary you paid them. I know they are paid by the central government, so we may have less influence or control over whatever they do in terms of the salary. But you supervise the work that they do. What have you done? What innovative ways have you put in place to ensure that they collect more than what they earn as salary?
Thank you, Chair. Targets have been set for them. We had 4 zones. We've grouped them into zones. What we realized was that we had about 14 of them in one zone. So it was making revenue collection difficult. So now we have even transferred them to the various zones. We've shared them around the zones. And then we've also set targets for them for the 2025, 2026 also to improve their revenue collection.
So
thank you.
That 2024 was 308,000 Ghana cedi for the whole year. What was their collection in 2025? After you put in place whatever innovative ways you claim we put in place.
Thank you, Chair. I would say that it has been increased from that 39% to almost 82%. But to be frank, I'll be frank with the committee. I don't have the record. I don't have the exact amount over here.
Okay. So once you put measures in place to ensure that they are not paid for no work done, it's fine. But before I leave you, do you use your left hand to write or what?
I'm a lefty.
But you don't have any problem with the right one, right?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm done.
Let's go to the next infraction. It's on paragraph 140. And Honorable Ms. Bao will handle that.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Tyne District Assembly. 3 revenue collectors of the Assembly by name Elizabeth Opon, Augustine Eji, and Thomas Adai failed to present 3 GCRs to the auditors for verification, thereby depriving the auditors from carrying out their mandate. Please, have these books been presented to the auditors for verification now?
Thank you, Chair. 2 of the books have been retrieved, and it's left with Thomas Adai. Thomas Adai was made to go and make a police report to that one, and then police people are having their investigation on that one. So 2 has been retrieved so far. The police report is available. Thank you, Chair.
Auditors, can you kindly confirm whether the 2 books have been presented for verification?
Yes, Honorable Chair, his assertion is correct.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, the auditors...
Please, police reports that, what's the purpose of the police report? That is missing?
Because he can't find it, the best thing is to go and report to the police. That is missing. The police take...
he says he can't find it.
Yes, please. He can't find
and
it.
And what is the number of, the quantum of that intent?
It's 1 GCR.
So containing...
100 leaflets.
100 leaflets?
Yes, please.
Do you have, do you record the GCRs?
Yes.
The serial numbers, like a checkbook, you record it. Do you record?
Yes, you record from the beginning to the end. So you pick the beginning figure and then the end figure, you record that. Then the revenue head will now come to you, the finance officer, to collect it and give it to the, how do you call it, the zonal heads. So it's the zonal head that has misplaced the GCR. And it was replaced, actually it wasn't misplaced before some of us got there, but we take over liabilities, so we are answering to that. But we've made it that, no, these things all happened before I even got there. I got there in 2025.
But those who were there, have you asked if they have seen the serial number, if it's been handed over to one person or the other? Would you know that? Can you find out?
No, that's why we asked him to go to the police for a report. We've not seen it anywhere.
You've not seen the GCR anywhere?
Yes,
being issued anywhere?
Yes, Chair.
Interesting. And when you asked this Thomas person, how did it get lost?
Madam Chair, I can...
Or you never...
We've asked him. He has been coming to the office.
He's been coming to the office?
I can even say now is that he's even on retirement.
Okay.
And because of this, all his retirement benefit, the HR department has been issued not to work on any of his things until the police comes out with their final report, investigations. So all his retirement benefits has been put in place until we get this thing for that.
So what measures have you put in place to safeguard GCRs that you hand over to your revenue or your zonal heads or whoever you hand them over to? What measures have you put in place?
Thank you,
Looking
Madam
at what
Chair.
has happened to this one.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Formerly, what used to happen was that they will wait till the end, when they finish issuing the JCR, before they now come for pre-auditing and things. Now we've put in place every week, whether your JCR, whether you've written inside or not, bring you to the internal audit for them to do their pre-auditing. And our new management has also taken in place that even the internal auditors have now been provided means to go to the field and be doing this pre-auditing and things. So this is what is happening so far.
Mr. Chair, with due respect. Sir, is Elizabeth Opon and Augustine Ejay still working with the Assembly?
Yes, please.
And for one of them, she kept a GCR issued in 2023. That means for almost 2 years with her. What was her reason? Have you spoken with her? If she's still working with you?
Okay. Thank you, Chair. This is just getting to me, so I have not spoken to her on this issue. Thank you.
But did you see the infractions?
I saw the infractions.
Reports? And did you see the date of issue of the GCR to the person?
Madam Chair, thank you. I didn't take a look at that.
Who retrieved the GCRs from her?
I said, Madam Chair, I would say that this thing happened before I got there.
So the retrievals were done before
They
you
were
got
all
there?
done before I got there. I got there last year, June. So they were all done before I got there, but I took in the measures to pertain these things from maybe future occurrence.
So the documentations were handed to you that these ones have been retrieved?
Yes,
and you
please.
handed it over
yes,
to the
please.
auditors?
And then we made our internal audit unit to do their pre-auditing to confirm whether those are the correct ones and things.
Yeah, Mr. Chair. How much is a JCR one cost? How much is it?
Thank you, Chair. That's also come to, I've called my regional controller for us to get the exact figure on that, so that just in case the police confirms that maybe the JCR is still with him, then we may have to hold on him to that, to pay to it. But I've not gotten the amount yet, please.
So you should know, because the reason why I'm asking, because of one JCR, you are holding somebody's retirement benefit. You are holding on it. And then when you hold on it, you hold on it. So because of one JCR, I mean, know the cost, what it entails, so that you don't you don't damage him also, because.
Thank you, Chair. One JCR can collect over 1 million Ghana cedis, a single lift of JCR. So we cannot, we have to let the police finish with their report, then we do that. A JCR can buy the whole of this building.
I agree with you, but from your trend receipt you have been going to the district, how much is one JCR in terms of 1 to 100 in bulk? Looking at your trend or your records, you have been collecting.
Okay, I may have to do a further investigation to that. Thank you, Chair.
But at least you can look at averages so far.
Thank you, Chair. When I was a junior officer, what I heard was a JCR, when you miss a JCR, you'll be paid, you will have to recover, you have to pay somewhere around 2,000. That was about 4 or 5 years ago. But we have to retrieve it, and then I don't know whether a new price has been given.
Okay, time, you are discharged.
Thank you.
Now let's call Brekum East Municipal Assembly. Brekum East. If we are not ready, let me call another constituency. Is Brekum East here? Oh, please, let's hurry up. Oh. Please introduce yourself to the committee.
I am Bira Kaditi, Municipal Coordinating Director.
Hajia Fatima Abubakar, Municipal Chief Executive, Brekum East.
And this Amponsa, Finance Officer, Brekum East.
Limuna Aminu Musa, Revenue Accountant.
Internal auditor.
Hey,
Felix Mensah, Municipal Budget Analyst.
How many people came? 6 of you? Wow. To answer one question. All right. Honorable Frankie Boy, the infraction is on paragraph 132.
Brekumis, you're welcome. In the 2024 year, you had 17 revenue collectors. Is that correct?
Yes, Honorable.
Is it also correct that you paid them 763,143 Ghana cedis for the 17 in terms of salaries?
Yes, Honorable.
Is it also correct that they brought in 346,614 in revenue in terms of collection?
Yes, Honorable.
Okay, then I'm putting it to you that it represents 45% of the salaries you paid them. So now, why must you pay 17 people 763,000 for them to bring in only 346,000, representing 46% or even 45% of the salaries that you paid?
Thank you very much, Honorable. It is true that we have 17 permanent revenue collectors, and they really brought in, as at the time the auditors did their audit, they really brought in the 346,000. But however, even though management...
Before you continue, it was a year-end audit for 2024. Yes. So yes, not that there was a cut-off point. No, it's for the whole year.
Yes, sir.
Year 2024.
Yes.
So let's look at it from that angle. Please continue.
Thank you very much, Honorable.
Gentlemen, it's not yes, Honorable. Yes, Chair.
Yes.
So
I'm sorry. Yes, Mr. Chair. Even though as at year 2024, they brought in 346,000 Ghana cedis as their collection. There was a special activity which we were carrying out at our assembly there, which was we formed certain revenue task forces to help in the generation of the revenue, or let me put it, mobilization of the revenue. But however, the task force activities, whatever they generated, we mistakenly did not credit it to the various station heads as per their performance. So that caused this infraction. And if you look at the performance from 2023 and 2024, you could see that our revenue really went up.
Don't bring 2023. You're talking about 2024.
Yes,
so
sir.
If you want to compare, it should be 2024 and 2025, please.
All right, thank you very much. Like I indicated, there was this task force that performed, and their value.
What was the collection? What was their collection in 2025?
Their collection was around 228,082 cedis.
In 2025.
No, 2025. I don't have the figure with me here.
So you said you put some measures in place.
Yes, sir.
Meaning that you put some innovative measures in place.
Yes, sir.
To get more revenue.
Yes, please.
So how do you compare? How do you know that the measures you put in place is working for us?
The reason why I was bringing the 2023 in is that as of 2023, our performance was not good. If you look at the records.
Even 2024, it wasn't good, so don't go back to 2023.
Isn't it interesting that the 2025 that you ought to know to determine whether the measures you put in place is yielding results or not, you don't have it? Isn't it interesting that you don't have that one? But rather, the poor performance that, necessitated you to put in these measures, you have that one. But the current one to assess whether the measures you put in place are yielding results, you don't know, you don't have it. Say.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I don't have the absolute figures with me, but with percentage performance, if you compare 2024 performance,
Once you have the percentage,
and
you can give us a figure. Not necessarily the absolute figure, but at least once you claim you have a percentage, you can give us an idea of how much.
2024, what we had in terms of IGF generation was 1.9, but with 2025, we went up by 2.2 million and above.
But all the 17 collectors, I know they are permanent staff, right?
Yes.
Are they all
yes,
are they all at post?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
I suggest that you put some innovative measures in place so that you increase the collection, because it's your IGF, and you know how important the IGF is to you as assembly. Zache, I will end here. Thank you very much.
All right, Honorable Akwesi Kunedu.
Chairman, with respect, what is the composition of the special task force that went out to do the revenue collection?
The composition comprised of a representation from the budget unit, a representation from the internal audit unit, 2 representation from the works department because of developmental control purposes, then 2 from finance units, and automatically every revenue station head is a member whenever we are working at your end. Thank you.
Do you know why I asked the question? You sought to create the impression that that amount ought to have been credited to the revenue collectors, and that is why the value is low. But that was not an activity conducted by them. It was because the activities were not up to par. So we had to bring in other people to boost up the revenue. But I sought to create the impression that erroneously we could not credit that amount from the special task force to them, and that is why this infraction was cited. Should they have performed, would you have had the cause to have a special task force that would comprise of all these other individuals to go out there and collect?
No, Mr. Chair.
So don't tell us that you could not apply or add that revenue that you collected in the special task force to them, and therefore that shows this figure to be low. Just go ahead and do the measures you put in place so that you can continuously do that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Whenever you set up a special task force, you should know that it comes at a cost. So that cost over there should be part of the tax collectors, their cost. And whatever revenue that they get also should be part of the revenue. But you don't bring the revenue and then leave the cost somewhere. But anyway, auditors are here, and you brought 6 people to answer 1 question. You are discharged.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
See, you are laughing, but the cost the state has incurred for bringing 6 people just to come and answer 1 question that could have been cleared if the right thing had been done. Brekum East, next time, we don't want to see you here over a simple infraction, and then you come with 6 people. Madam DC, it shouldn't happen again. Thank you.
Now let's call Brekum West. Please introduce yourself to the committee.
Collins Asma, DCE for Brekum West.
I'm sorry?
Collins Asma, District Chief Executive for Brekum West.
Okay.
Charles Asamoah, Coordinating Director, Brekum West.
Honorable Chair, please, my name is Hilda Usuche, the Finance Officer.
All right, your infraction is on paragraph 151, and Honorable Abnao Seasar will handle that.
Finance officer,
Honorable Chair,
what happened?
please,
What happened to the illegal transfers that were made from designated accounts?
yes, please, there were urgent transactions that needed to be funded. So we
Urgent
used,
transactions like?
yes, it was Independence Day, so we needed money to pre-finance it.
And you call it urgent? I thought you were going to say some health issues, some Independence Day needed to pre-finance. And so you had to transfer monies illegally. Please go ahead.
Yes, Honorable Chair. So we actually acknowledged the query and then provided the evidence, and then we actually ratified the infraction. We refunded the money into the various accounts, meaning we paid back the monies. That of the MP was taken on the 5th of March and then paid back on the 12th of April. And then the PWD was also taken on the 8th of February and then paid back on the 19th of September. Thank you.
Why do you do that? Assemblies take monies from MPs' accounts, and if you don't check your balances regularly, assemblies take your money and sometimes they never refund. It's happened to me before. It has happened to me before. In my situation, the DFO said he lost his father and he needed to take money too. And I said, I also lost my father, but did you see me coming to take money from my MP's account to go have a funeral? Why do you do that?
Okay. Honorable Chair, in fact, before we took the money, we informed the MP about it.
So, because you informed the MP, it is right.
No, we made
This is misapplication of funds, so don't even come and justify what you did. You informed the MP. Informing the MP does not change the rules. Informing the MP does not change the rules. It doesn't amend the law. Please, let's desist from doing that. Because sometimes, it is not every time that the MP would be checking his or her accounts from time to time. And some of the assemblies do that a lot to us. They just take our money. Oh, minyami di beshim. I reimburse you. Sometimes it never happens. You know, when you do these things, you know, we have to report you to controller. Yes. For the correct sanctions to be applied. This shouldn't happen again, please.
Thank you,
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Taking money
See,
from...
and you know, it is not only the MP's account that you took money from.
Yes.
You know that.
Honorable.
People, with disabilities, you also took monies from their account. In the name of what? Pre-financing an Independence Day celebration. Yeah. Why? What did you do for the Independence Day that you had to take money from the MP's account, take money from the people living with disabilities account? What sort of pre-financing did you have to do?
Honorable Chair, please, I would like my DCE to come in on this issue. Thank you.
Your DCE?
Yes, please.
Was the DCE there when it happened?
Please. The DCD.
District Coordinating
Yes,
Director.
please. Thank you.
Okay, Honorable Chair, like you said, we shouldn't have done that. But because of the urgency of the situation, we need to. So I hope we won't do that again. So
meanwhile, if somebody in the PWD category had come asking for an urgent support, you would have taken the person through all the processes and sometimes even tell them, Musi come by. But then if it's to pre-finance something that the assembly knows they will benefit from, they will go ahead and take monies from other accounts. This is not fair. And please, let's desist from doing these things.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
You see, since all of us in the committee are members of parliament, The question I'm going to ask you is this. You said you informed the MP. What do you mean by that?
Honorable Chair, what I meant by that was that maybe we need to inform him for him to allow us to take the money.
No. How did you inform the MP? Was it verbal?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
But you know that's not the right thing to do. You are supposed to write to the MP and for the funds, and he will write back and give you the approval to take the money. But even if the MP approves it, but hey, they do it to all of us, oh.
Oh no, but that's why I'm saying we are pleading that it won't happen
Because
again.
you go and ask today, how much do I have in my common fund account? You have 267,000. Oh, good. Okay, now let me plan on something. You go, oh, MP, you only have 180 left. What happened to the money? Because we are not signatories to the account. And when you have the money at the bank and you are taking anything, they don't inform us as MPs. Constituents, listen. Oh. The assembly may take the money off the MP without even tell the MP about it. Maybe there need to be a way that when you take the money from the, maybe they should set up an account. When you take money out of it, MP would know, hey, these people have taken this amount too. Independence Day, does it change what day it falls on? Hello, sir.
Oh, no, Honorable Chair.
So it comes the same time every year, like Christmas,
Yes,
like
sir.
Farmer's Day. Farmer's Day, you guys may tweak it. So if you know independence is coming, you plan towards it. Farmer's Day, they will tell you about 3 to 4 days. MP, MP will say, will say, why? Brekum West, you also came to answer just one question. You are discharged.
So this is an advice to all MPs, consistently, just like we expect the assemblies to reconcile their books, consistently, at the end of every month or every quarter, take your bank statement, cross-check with the demands you have made on your monies, and see whether it is equal to the payments that have been taken out of you, or the monies that have been taken out of your account. I do that consistently. From what I learned in 2018, when I realized that the DFO at that time took monies from my accounts without my knowledge. So MPs, I'm advising all of us here, consistently check your accounts, because for the assemblies, when they run out of money, sometimes the best place to take, they feel that, please, this year we are not done. The best place they feel they have to take monies from is the MP's account, because sometimes we keep our monies for certain purposes. We want to grow the money for a while and then use it for some projects. And then before you realize, they have taken monies out of it. But please, it is not proper. It is not proper. You can't take somebody's thing and then use it for other things and say, oh, minya medibeshim. So you shouldn't be cited for this, and especially for the people living with disability. Even the funds are not enough. So please, don't be taking monies out of the accounts.
Thank you, Honorable
Thank you.
Chair.
Well noted, Honorable Chair.
Thank you.
You are discharged. Now, for Bono region, I haven't seen Banda over here, Doma East, Suyani West, Wenchi, Doma West, and are they not here? Okay, Banda should come, and the rest of you come. Doma East, all from Bono region. Because once I start on Ashanti, we won't stop for you. So Sunyani West, Wenchi Municipal, Doma East, Sunyani West. Okay, all of you come in and then take the oath.
Please come. Please come.
Touching the matter in issue shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
May we call Doma East, please? Okay, Doma East, introduce yourself to the committee.
I'm Okrenim Evans, budget analyst. Honorable Chair, my name is Felix Bafoua, internal auditor.
Sylvester Bafre, finance officer.
I'm Ken Osei Ousu, district chief executive.
My name is Raphael Doji Soko, district coordinating director.
Okay, your infraction starts from paragraph 132, and Honorable Frankie Abo will handle that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Doma East, you're welcome. According to the 2024 audited account or report, you were not innovative enough to raise more revenue. You had 10 revenue collectors, and you paid them 429,840 in salaries, but they brought in only 202,000, representing 47% of the salaries that you paid them. What is the situation now? Thank you.
Yeah, Honorable Chair, I think for the year 2024, there has been an increase of 40% in their revenue collection compared to that of the previous year.
Are you referring to 2025 or I had 2024?
Yeah, 2025, sorry, Honorable.
Are they all at post, the 10 people, are they all at post? And they are permanent staff?
Yes, please.
So what are some of the measures you put in place to ensure that they collect more than we pay them?
Yes, management took it upon themselves by setting targets for the revenue collectors, and we made early distribution of demand notices. There was a reshuffle of the revenue collectors, And we had a coordinated task force activities. Also, we did a lot of sensitization by engaging the ratepayers and also sensitizing the revenue collectors on the way and manner in which they should go about their activities.
So the Assembly is convinced that the measures you put in place will yield good results
Yes,
in
please.
terms of revenue collection.
Yes, please.
Okay, so you made mention of the fact that you've gotten 40% increment in collection.
Yes, please.
Did you take out the cost of the revenue collection? As in the tax force, I mean the tax force.
Yes, please.
So you pay them, right?
Yes, please.
So how do you pay them?
Yeah,
Are they temporary staff or what?
No, the task force are mainly staff of the assembly.
So what are some of the components of the cost you incur on them?
Fuel cost. Like fuel to take them to the field. Apart from that, there's no extra cost.
So my last question, can you confirm to the committee that you put in place innovative measures for more revenue to be collected in the years ahead?
Yes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm done.
Thank you.
All right, Doma East, your next infraction is on paragraph 159 in the Common Fund by Honorable Eric Edemagbana.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, paragraph 159 relates to the issue of completed projects, but projects that are not being put to use. With Doma East, you have abandoned a project for 4 years and 9 months, and that is the construction of the Wamfie lorry station. And the reason you gave for not using the project is that the drivers have refused to relocate. Did you have any consultation or stakeholder engagement with the drivers before spending the Assembly's money in constructing that station?
Honorable Chair, yes, there was consultation done prior to that, but I think there was a mishap as to why they abandoned the station. But as we speak now, there has been a coordinated effort by DISEC, the GPRTU, Nananom. We held a meeting with them, showed them the cost and benefit effects of the lorry station, and as we speak now, the station has been operational since 21st August 2025 to date.
It means that the earlier letter sent to reconsider the use as a debug ground has been withdrawn. Is that the case?
Yes, please.
Okay. Auditors, can you confirm if the station is now in use?
Yes, Honorable Chair, the station is now in use.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, I'm done.
Thank you very much. The next infraction is on paragraph 169, and Honorable Simon. Simon. This is Doma East. It's on the DACF 169. And at this point, may we invite the representative from Zoom line over here, please.
Doma East, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Hold on, sir. Please, come and sit down. The representatives from Zoom line. And let the record reflect that they were sworn in yesterday, and the oath that they took yesterday still stands. Thank you very much. Now, Honorable Member, go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. This is in relation to waste containers. They were supposed to supply 8, and they only supplied. They were supposed to supply 11, they only supplied 8. Have you taken steps to ensure that they supply the remaining 3?
Yeah, Honorable Chair, letters were submitted to the Zoom Lion Ghana Limited, and respect to this, the containers have been supplied as we speak.
Auditors, can you confirm?
Yes, Honorable Chair, the containers have been supplied.
Thank you. That'll be all.
All right. So they've been supplied. Doma East, I guess that is all for you. You are discharged.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's call Sunyani West.
Honorable Chair, there's one more.
Hold on, Doma East. I hear there's one more. Have a seat. The seat is still warm, so sit down.
Paragraph 163.
Paragraph 163.
Common Fund.
I see Wenchi. I see Wenchi Municipal.
Oh, yes, Wenchi Municipal.
Yes, 163 to 168. What I see over here is Wenchi Municipal Assembly.
I see 165 has they failed to replace or repair one truck allocated to Doma East, which had broken down since January 2023. Is that the one you're referring to? All right. How do you respond to that? Has it been repaired now, or has it been replaced?
Yes. Yes, Honorable Chair, please, the truck has been replaced.
All right. And auditors, can you confirm that?
Yes, Honorable Chair, new truck has been supplied.
All right, thank you. So, Doma East, run away before we find out more stuff.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you. Okay, now I called Sunyani West. Is Sunyani West here? Oh, please, let's hurry up. Oh. Introduce yourself to the committee, please.
Kwakwa Ajay Samuel, Finance Officer.
Kwesi Asante Boateng, MC.
Alhaji Ibrahim Habila, Coordinating Director.
Catherine Freewenyako, Internal Auditor.
Your infraction is on paragraph 132, and Honorable Frank Yeboah will handle that one.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Sunyani West, you're welcome. Sunyani West, what's the capital? Is it Domanasi? Odumasi? Oh, okay. Okay. You, in 2024, you had 12 revenue collectors. You paid them 545,858, and they collected 237,541, representing 44% of the salaries that you paid them. Why must you pay 12 people more than the revenue they collected? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. It is true, what we are saying is true. Sunyani West, one of the striking problem that affects revenue mobilization has to do with data. For instance, we are in Ahujo here. If you go to Sunyani West,
Please speak. Yes, I didn't hear what you said. Problem is what? Data.
Data, yes.
As in data.
Yes. For
Okay.
instance, we are in Ahuju here. If you send a revenue collector to go out there and collect revenue, we don't know the number of houses in, for instance, Ahuju. How much is he bringing? Management has identified such gaps. Currently, procurement process is ongoing to engage a consultant to value the immovable, how do you call, properties, and then the movable one, for instance, the temporary structures, so that we have in our database the number of houses. When they go out there, they take revenue, property rate from. At the end of the day, we can assess and do. And then two, we also have revenue collectors staying at a permanent station for long. You bear with me that when you stay at a particular station for a very long time, excuse me to say, you are tempted to compromise. You become used to the people. So we have also instituted measures by moving them, turning them around. All these are geared towards improving the revenue mobilization.
So you are the finance director, right?
I am the coordinating director, sir.
So how long have you been there?
I am barely 6 months.
Okay, because see, if you look at a town like a district like Time, they even collected more than Sunyani West. Sunyani West is bigger than Time. So why might Time be able to collect more revenue than Sunyani West? So there's something you're not doing right. You procuring the service of somebody to be counting or recording data in respect of movable and immobile properties, I don't think is the only way. So why must you sit for the auditors to come and find this one before you initiate that process of knowing the number of properties, immobile properties you have in Sunyani West? Why? Must it take an auditor to come and audit you before you know your problems? Coordinating director.
Yes, sir.
So you've mentioned two things you put in place. I think that you have to do more. Do you have any task force?
Yes, sir. That is also in place.
And how much are you spending on them?
Just fuel.
Fuel.
Yes, sir. Fuel.
Okay.
Bravo. You see, when you say that the tax force, you're just spending fuel on them. It is wrong. If you study finance, the cost of figure out how much they make a month. Okay. Figure out how much they make in a day. And if they are going to spend a day over there, it's part of the cost. Yes, you are paying them all right, but it's part of the cost. So you say, well, we just paid fuel. No. There's more inherent cost over there than you may think. When you own your own business, you will understand the meaning of cost.
Okay, as my chairman just indicated, even the vehicle that you're using, you go for maintenance, they're all cost. You know that, they're all cost. So please, let's try and come out with an innovative way of collecting revenue so that at least our IGF figure was to go up.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair, I think that that'll be all. I'm done.
It's for Madam Abena Oseyasari.
Thank you. It also has to do with transferring monies illegally from one account to yours is quite huge, 135,000 Ghana cedis. What was it used for? Why did you transfer?
Honorable Chair.
And then confirm to us whether you have done the needful. You have reimbursed the account you illegally took the money from.
Honorable Chair, the amount was transferred for the payment of ex gratia to assembly members.
Oh.
Yes.
You took monies from, when I say you, I'm not saying you in particular, but the assembly transferred monies illegally. That is what the audit report is saying, to pay end of service benefits to assembly members.
Yes. That's what the money was used for.
Why? Who amongst you was there when this happened?
I wasn't there by then.
No, I'm asking all of you here.
Madam Chair, none of us.
Okay, so who was there and where are they now? You should know where they are. I'm sure when they are being transferred, you get to know that this person is going to Brekum, Accra. So, DC, where is the former DFO? Where is the former coordinating director? Where is the former internal auditor?
Madam Chair, this is a bit of a
Or they've all gone on retirement?
In fact, I don't think we know. Because just as the DFO said.
The district finance officer, when you were being brought to the place, you never bothered to find out where the current DFO was being taken to. You can't tell me you don't know.
I know.
Otherwise, I'll give you the task of going to look for him and bringing him here.
He's in Doma, East or West. I'm not too sure.
Doma, East or West?
I think it's East. I think it's East.
Was he the former?
You said?
Doma, East or West? We just dealt with Doma East.
Doma West is still here.
West.
He's in West. So Doma West, the former DFO for Sunyane West. Are you here? You are here. Okay, come forward and take the oath and let's deal with this issue.
You already took the oath, right? Oh, okay. Then sit down.
So, DFO, can you please help us?
Yeah, Honorable Chair. Please, at the time, there was so much pressure that management met and we decided to borrow the amount from Common Fund to settle the ex gratia of the Honorable Assembly members. Then we drew a payment plan.
Sir, respectfully, can you introduce yourself first?
Please, my name is Emmanuel Kofi Breku, the current finance officer for Doma West.
And former
finance officer for Sunyane West.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay, so please go ahead.
Honorable Chair, as I was saying, we borrowed it from Common Fund to settle the Honorable Assembly members. In fact, there was so much pressure, we need to do that so that...
so when was this done?
That was 2024. But the management myself...
No, when? I mean, I know 2024 because the report is 2024. When yes. Exactly?
In fact, I can't actually recollect the month. But, December. Oh, okay.
December 2024?
Yes, please. Please, afterwards, we drew a payment.
Why would you want to pay assembly members end of service benefit December 2020 when their term of office haven't ended?
Madam Chair, as at then, it has ended.
December 2024?
Yes, please. It has ended. We even delayed a bit. That was what caused the pressure. Are you sure it's December?
Assembly members?
Yes, please.
Assembly members?
Yes, please.
When is the election done? Or when was the election for the current assembly members done?
Please, I can't actually remember the date, but I remember the election was done. New members were elected. Yes.
What wasn't it done in 2024, 2022?
No.
Assembly elections.
2024.
Auditors, please help me.
Mr. Chairman, the assembly elections were conducted in December 2023, and they were sworn in 2024.
Okay.
So then, how
do you tell me end of service benefits payment when their term of office hadn't come to an